Bitcoin just ripped 107,000 and came within a breath of its all-time high. And Ethereum, it's flashing some strong buy signals and testing 2600 with US ETF inflows picking up steam and institutional momentum returning. The question now is, are we ready to break out? Or is this a trap before the next shakeout? Let's break it all down. Welcome back, Crypto Crew. It's your boy Tom here, bringing you the hottest in Bitcoin and crypto action. If you're ready to dive into today's market analysis, give us a like. Make sure you hit subscribe. And don't forget to come on over to X and follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin and crypto all day, every day. This is the place to be. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Again, Bitcoin, let's talk about it first. Okay. It's currently trading around 106.6, just under 2.5% from its all-time high at 109,500. We saw it hit 107,844 early today before cooling off a bit. Textbook liquidity sweeps up here. And the shorts were wiped out around 106, and now the price is hunting for those over-leveraged longs near that 100,000. We're quite far from it right now, but this is classic behavior, maximum pain before, there's a reason, maximum pain on both sides of this trade right now. So right now, as we stand, I'm going to put up a little trend line here in short term on the 4-hour chart. I'm going to come up and I'm going to say, okay, here's our trend line now, support. Guess where it's falling in at? 102,500. That is the point that we've been talking about forever. That's the high day's close. It's a very, very important point, and the marketplace basically could retrace back down to that, no problem. Okay, but there's been a bad trap down here before, and so far we're breaking out of this bull trap, but we haven't cleared that 109,588 yet, which is that all important point. Now, if I put another, let's just go from here, and I'll skip that wick that's over there, and I'll come out and I'll extrapolate forward right here. Basically, what we're getting is a widening wedge that shows us the real breakout has to occur like at 109,588. That's really the point that we have to get through in order to start tracking up to where our bull pennant flag shows right here, a target of 116,000. But the marketplace has been really reacting well. It's trading well. It's trading in between this point right here, in this wedge right here. It's doing quite well. It broke out, came back, tested the bottom. Now we're starting to break out again, but we could come back down and test that 102 level. But all things are looking great for the coin right now. There's going to be some interest, as soon as we break the 109, where everyone is going to, oh my goodness, I'm fear of missing out type of stuff right there. So I want to point you to the liquidation levels. Let's look at the liquidation heat map just so we could see where everybody's positioned. And we could see that now we got liquidations up at 108. Now, these are probably some really big traders that got long at 75, 78, 80, like that. They're probably taking some profits, which is quite understandable. And right now we have, really, this is too close for these dudes. 105, 829, they're going to get I think they're going to get liquidated. I think we're going to head back down towards like the 103.5 before we can actually punch up. But that's just my personal opinion. If I look at my personal charts here, let me see where we're at. 107, 105 is an important point. 7. And that, yeah, the 102 is really our main support point right now, 102,000. If you look at the funding rates, okay, everything is still as it was. There's negative funding rates out there, so basically the retail is not involved in this at all. So let's get back to the chart itself. All right, so U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs just posted 5 straight days of net inflows with about 41.7 million added yesterday alone, and that's like institutional conviction. All right. Now, if we jump over to the longer term right here, we're going to be looking at again the Wyckoff setup that we've been showing you guys. And really, we're just basically entering into the sign of strength phase, which is one of the most critical moments in the market markup phase of the market cycle. It's where smart money begins to show its hand. So typically, the sign of strength, occurs after a successful breakout above resistance. So that's the point that we got to get over. That 109. That's showing the sign of strength is in full, force at the time, confirming that reaccumulation or accumulation is complete and the asset is ready for a sustained move higher. I have to throw a little wrench into the works. We got to keep one eye on what's going on in the Middle East, okay? The Israelis are threatening to start bombing Iran to take out nuclear facilities. I wish they would just stop it. I mean, I wish everyone would just stop it. But, we have to keep an eye on that, because if something flares up in the Middle East again, we're going to have a retracement in the coin. All right. So let's get on over to good old Ethereum right now. We showed you this yesterday on the 12-hour chart. We had a golden cross. Ethereum, I believe, and I've been saying for a while, it's got to get above 2,800. Once I think that we clear this level, we're going back up to like the 3,200 mark. We'd probably come back down, touch the 2,800, and then bounce up for that all-important 4,000 level that we've been saying. Right now, support for Ethereum is down here around 2,200. It like I said, it's got to break that 2,800 in order to really show some strength. Now, I want to point something out. Remember when the media laughed at El Salvador? I brought this up yesterday, so I want to show you the X post that we have up. Okay, right here. Let me get down to it. Right here. Look. Remember when the media laughed at El Salvador for buying Bitcoin? Well, now they're sitting on 357 million in unrealized gains. Who's laughing now? The the so-called talking head said it was irresponsible for the president of El Salvador to buy Bitcoin. Well, now they're deep in green. So who's laughing now? Well, El Salvador certainly is. So it's proof that conviction beats out cynicism, especially in crypto. Now, one more shot at Ethereum just to make sure that you guys understand. We're sitting right around 2,500. Ethereum hit 2,600 today, showing a bullish technical signal across the board. RSI is rising, but it's not overboard. The 4-hour daily MAs are stacking bullish. Volume is climbing on green candles. So there's growing speculation that if Bitcoin breaks out, Ethereum will quickly follow and reclaim the $3,000 range that we saw back in March. Now, I went over the point that we got to get over. That 2,800 is the most important point. But that's what we got going on. Just keep your eye on what's going on in the Middle East, okay? And also keep in mind, the Wyckoff chart that we have up over here. We need to clear, that 109, say 500, 109, 300, and then we're in that sign of strength for sure. Now, before we wrap up, crew, I got to let you know, about our crypto trading community. It's totally free to join. The link is in the description below. We're dropping insane alpha and trading opportunities daily, from breakout setups to long-term gens. We got you covered. Want to follow our trades with a solid broker? Check out our trusted broker, WEEX. Low fees, fast execution, perfect for our strategies. And you can come over to WEEX and follow us, where we actually have a trade on right now that's doing quite well. It's up 24% right now. I was up a little bit higher this morning, but of course, when I've got to show it, it's not at its all-time high. But right now, it's trading pretty well at 24.46, ROI. All right. So remember, trade with your head, not over it. Okay, make sure you follow us on X. Make sure you share our videos far and wide. We want to build a huge community here. And remember, always, as a short term trader, enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Cheers.